Yo, I guess back with some more beastly content. The very most recent tour of my soda factory. And without further ado, let's go ahead and start this tour. So we're going to start in the left corridor. This is home to plenty of the grocery rooms, as well as the 2-perk disassembly bench. We also have the crop facility A here, as well as 4 Insta-glass furnaces. This is also home to my kitchen array, where we have plenty of the chef dinosaurs employed here. So from the kitchen array, actually, we're going to go ahead and head back to the main corridor, and we're going to be heading towards the right wing of the facility now. Now, this is actually home to my water purification plant. So I actually don't pump the dirty water here. This is only for purification, so it allows me to build a lot of purifiers. So this entire storage container is all going to be allowed to be filled with dirty water, all trickling down. That'll all be pumped up into purifiers and then dropped all the way back down into this storage silo I have on the right here. And then also crop facility B here, as well as like 7 more grocery rooms. We also have ourselves 11 tar puddings chilling here for the mixed fuel. This is also garage A. Now this garage is actually for the export of soda mainly. We can export up to 256 stacks of any type of soda, and with the fact that they've added more crops than ever to turn into soda, we don't even really know what type of soda we're going to be selling anymore. This is also a storage array, as well as a supplies bench array for any of our crafting needs. Now this is just supplies bench array A. Really, you only need like 7 supplies benches. You're not crafting that much. You can come here, and you can also go to the other ones. And also every single member of the hive has its own supplies bench inventory, so plenty of crafting can be done here. So we can take this zip line now from the main foyer to this top upper floor here. This is actually crop facility C. The crop facilities might need some renovation, but overall this design works. So if you go to the right, you can actually drop down and go straight to the garage, but we're gonna go ahead and drop left here now. This will take us up this zip line right here into our main floor. We're gonna call this the upper floor. This is home to what is currently a fruit storage center, but eventually that'll just be for any sort of food item we can store there. We also have ourselves a super refinery array here. Any liquid refining items we can just automatically put into this container here and have automatically outputted down below. You may have noticed there was another storage container setup of water storage containers down there. That's where the refineries will output. If we're smelting something like sulfur, we will still have to come in here and input and output manually because items can't be transferred. But regardless, also home to our primary storage array. I like to consider this my project materials inventory here. I have most of the basic core necessities, and then also I have a mats storage container here. I do plan on going through the mats one eventually, and like anything I have heavy amounts in bulk of is going to get its own separate storage area in another warehouse facility in an entirely different area. We will be able to just export stuff on the truck to that facility as well. We will see how this goes. This should get very interesting. We might eventually do an upgrade to the storage or to the truck setups. They're not 100% maxed out. However, currently it should work very, very good. And my main goal is getting these factories up so we can start using them and I can really showcase to you the power of this factory, guys. It's going to be absolutely insane. I've already done some testing. I've already done some crafting. I've already tested all of the facilities here. I really got the feel of this base now. So we dropped back down that zip line. It took us to our tungsten ore mining facility. Now every couple of days I can collect like 20,000 tungsten ore from this. I also have 2 storage chests down below pretty much filled with tungsten ore currently. This baby is where I get all my tungsten ingots. I never ever mine for tungsten. I just come right here. From here we can drop down this little updraft shaft right here. This is just a quick storage center for all ores. Anything we have, also 2 of the chests here are the tungsten chests that I did mention earlier. Just a quick place to drop any ores until this fills up. Then we have the trucks right here. There are 2 trucks here. One's for ores, one's for items. We can load up 2 chestfuls of tungsten and also whatever our inventory can hold and just take it directly to our smelting facility. We do still need to get an acid facility up in the future, but once again we are now a 16-man hive and this is just my soda factory. Back here is a future bulk storage area for more fruits. For now we don't have it because we're still lacking power upgrades, but upgrades are not what we're talking about right now. We are in the final garage. So like I said, home to 2 transportation trucks. These can be driven to the other base facilities located in other areas of the map. We'll get onto that in the future. As well as in the back, we just got the 2 classics chilling back here, both the orange and the original variant. I really like this orange car. It's just my favorite thing they ever did. It really shows how long you've been playing, and if you have that, you are at least playing for at least some time. So regardless of that, there's also just this paved area back here. This is just so the trucks can enter and exit easier, but also it kind of makes the factory feel even bigger than it already is. And trust me, this is a 3-plot factory. It's already pretty big, and I really do like how this factory has turned out so far. So aside from that, let's go ahead and talk about the future of the 16-man one-man hive. So I actually have all the characters transferred over. I don't have all the bases lined up. At least 4 plots are going to be an acid and possibly stardust mining facility, probably a stardust mining facility. But also an acid pump right here. I want to get as much acid coming out of that as possible. We may even do more. Also, one of my player plots is actually going to become the black market part 2. If you didn't see my little black market video that we did on the previous Endless Streams Perma server, we did a black market then. We're doing a black market now, and we're going to keep it supplied with blueberry soda. I'm actually thinking of doing multiple markets across the map. That way I can drive the soda exports truck to one area, drop the truck off, hop onto the other truck, hop off the truck, and drive on to the next market, and then I can transfer it back to the markets, unload the entire chest loads into the vending machines, and be able to sell soda on the very cheap. Aside from that though, let's also go ahead and just check out what kind of the future looks like for this. So 8 of the 16 plots have at least their frameworks done. Where we currently are actually is the Wish Box facility here. So this is actually like the main One Man Hive HQ, I'm calling it. It's a 5 base plot base setup. It's home to plenty of the crop facilities, 5 more crop plots to be growing. We're probably just going to be growing all the fruits that make sodas this season, honestly, besides like fruits we need. So we need to get a really good breeding boost setup going on, and we need to get like things like that set up. But that's an entire other different thing here. I think all of this is just going to be fruit plots. We're going to try and get as much fruit going on as quickly as possible, as soon as possible, because I just absolutely adore playing with the fruits. I really want to try out all the sodas, especially blackberry soda. That's really, really cool. This is also the furnace smelting array. As for upgrades for the factory in the future, we're not at max power. We are at 6 generators out of 8 generators, and it's not even like the solar gen perks or anything for the perks. It's just flat 6 advanced solar generators at the factory for each of the plot. So that will add on more power, and with more power comes, well, more power. So with more power, we're going to be able to add more fridge storage units. There's also some other things that might use power, maybe even get away with another purifier so that our water purification thing can work even better. Another thing to mention is, like I said, I'm not pumping any dirty water there. So I actually need to build a facility that pumps dirty water and outputs dirty water so much that I might even have to make a truck for that I drive that truck up to the factory. We will see how this goes, but we are needing bulk when it comes to the dirty water, and I am really excited to see just exactly how much dirty water we're going to be able to get transported and how much purified water we're going to get out of the purifier. In the future, I might do a video covering that purification setup in more detail. I have always wanted to try, though, a separate pumping and refining facility setup, and with a 16-man, one-man hive, it just seemed like a no-brainer. So a lot of these first 8 base plots were designed with Starfall inversion in mind. Now, I've pretty much future-proofed myself for Lunar Oracle on the factory, but when it comes to this base facility here, it doesn't even really like Starfall inversion, to be honest. So if you're not in Starfall inversion at this base, it's really hard to get up. I tried setting up a ladder here, but I just can't get it to climb over. I don't know. I feel like I should just be able to climb from this ladder onto this platform. There is a way to get it to work. You just kind of like gotta spam the jump button. But regardless, from there, we go back up here. Here's the first wish box array setup. It also has all of my whim item deviations just chilling in there. I really need to do a bulk craft of the whim deviation, or whim, the whims, just in general. I need to do a bulk craft of all my whims so that I'm actually moving at max speed. I've been kind of slugging around building this entire thing, and I think just getting my whims together might help me out a ton. But regardless of that, we are now up here. Like I said, this is just a framework. This is nowhere near finished. But I did just have like a really good night where I just sat down for like 7 hours and just spammed this thing out. And I really do like the layout of this. It's nowhere near complete, but I just wanted to give you just a little bit of a sneak preview. Like I said, this is a big portion of this is a wishbox array. There's also the perked up furnace array down below with all the flame furnace frogs. I didn't want to look at that too much. I'm not trying to do a tour of this by any means because there's a tour coming in the future when we finally finish this. I'm not quite sure if this is my exact next project. I'm thinking the next thing I do exactly actually is just every single place we're going to put all the plants down in the crop facilities. We might actually not be targeting a finish of any sort of specific thing. But regardless of that, we also have a ton of the fuses here. Like I said, the factory is also a fuse factory. We can make fuses there. I have some paper dolls right now. However, in the future, I'm wanting to get a lot more paper dolls out so we can get a lot of passive metal scraps. I can't really figure out a way of getting the passive gravel or glass currently. They really need to add a passive gravel and glass solution, especially when people are doing things like soda factories and things like that. I still have to go mine all my gravel manually. Thankfully, there are plenty of food thing items, so you can get like 100k gravel in minutes, and then I have instant glass smelting furnaces. But regardless, all that's like working at the factory. We need to get the factories built. We need to get all of the factories built, all 16 plots of this one-man hive corp done, because I really want to show you the full power of this, because this is absolutely insanity. This past over a year now of playing as a one-man hive has just been an absolute blast. Well, I did take a month break. I just want to kind of officially announce with this video, and the last video, you know, it was pretty decent. It was only like a week ago. We might be doing once a week videos, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But regardless of that, because I want to spend, you know, time making quality over making quantity. I don't really want to do quantity. I don't really feel like I I need to do the guides, because even when I do the guides, someone makes some AI made guide that just happens to be like a lot less time spent, and people are just so used to the 1 minute format. It's just, this is like the only thing I want to work on and show for you guys is one man hiving. I also want to get into like teaching y'all how to build stuff, but for now, you just, you know, building tips. I think I like my building style. It's kind of abstract, but I really do like how it turns out in the end. It's really crazy seeing it as in this stage, and then it's like, I can't wait to see what this looks like in the future. If you've seen the previous factory videos, like, wow, that's the same place for real though. But I am out. See us. Keep it beast mode.